Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that the show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I am Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Once again.
Welcome and happy holiday season.
There we go. I was like, who's he?
We have potentially a Xmas or holiday podcast coming up.
Indeed.
You know, they're around the holidays, but there is a situation at work, and we've Cern and I over the years, over 100 plus episodes, we've dove into the workplace drama a few times. Cern has his coffee nemesis. What's the status update on the coffee nemesis?
Still happens. So now, you know, they used to leave like the the just a little bit,
just
in
a
there.
tinkle,
just a tinkle in there, a few drips. They now they turn the pot off with the tinkle in there, you know, instead of just refilling it, because it's like it's not like it's noon. When it's noon, I get it, you know, but
is noon the cutoff for coffee? For workplace, I mean, I'll drink past noon, but like if it's empty at 10:30 or 10, probably should make another one. Is noon that cutoff? I think that I would accept that.
Usually I'm like, yeah, okay.
Okay.
But when I think it's like 8:30, I go in there, I'm like, son of a bitch.
8:30.
Yeah.
You better be going double barrel. You need 2 coffee towers at 8:30.
Oh, exactly.
That's how
we're just getting going.
Yeah. So at my workplace, I don't know, I feel like my workplace, I have more drama. Maybe it's because we have more people, more employees.
True.
So
how many in your building?
Probably about 80.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think there's like 15 in mine.
Okay. So I guess that makes more sense that I would have 3 times the workplace drama.
Yeah, a little more personalities.
Yeah. So we have an office manager.
So I have a theory on that too.
Oh.
Smaller workplace, you can easily identify, you know, by process of elimination. I did that with the coffee bandit. I told you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went through and started feeling coffee cups.
Oh, interesting.
When I was like, wait a minute, you have a coffee? Nope. You have a coffee? You have a coffee cup? Let me feel it. They're like, what? I'm like,
oh, you did your own investigation.
It's cold. Let me feel it. What? It's warm. Did you just get a cup of coffee? Yeah. Why did you not refill the pot?
On blast.
There was plenty of coffee in there, and I'd pull the pot up because I brought it with me. Is this plenty for who? Rumpelstiltskin? Give me a break.
For what? A troll? Who drinks this?
But anyway,
tinkle of coffee.
But if there was 80 people, I would be like, fuck.
Yeah, there's a lot more
Probably
suspects.
Have a stakeout.
Now I have my own investigation going. We have had some. So
what's the crime at hand?
The crime on hand is communal food theft.
Oh man. Okay.
So we're San Francisco tech company, so we have stocked fridges and pantries. So we'll have the office manager, who's just the sweetest woman, takes everything, I would say, almost to a fault too personally. Like, oh, you didn't like the cookies that I got? Oh, I'm sorry. What ones do you like? I'll order. Like, she bends over backwards to try to make everyone happy and have a good office life, which is great. So she places a Costco order and Amazon and stuff. So she gets big tubs of Costco peanut butters, Nutella, these hard-boiled eggs, English muffins, Thomas English muffins.
Well, I like it.
The Dave's Killer Bread,
Boom.
Little string cheese. So there's quite the accoutrement at work. So I like to keep the spirits up in the office. So I kind of walk around, and she goes, "Hey, Chipper," she goes, "somebody took the hard-boiled eggs." And I'm like, huh? Like they're little 2-packs of like pre-hard-boiled eggs from Costco.
I love those. Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, well, what do you mean?
I'll wreck a 6er of those.
A half dozen, Cern? What, you need to get your cholesterol checked. You can be.
It's good cholesterol.
But, okay.
Actually, I just did my cholesterol.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Disregard. So I said, "Oh, what do you mean? Like, I had some of the eggs this morning." She goes, "No, the whole box. 24 2-packed eggs gone of eggs."
Oh.
I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, and they store a whole Nutella, like a family-sized Nutella as well." I'm like, "Interesting." And we kind of had, we had some layoffs, or we had some people get, hosed. So I thought maybe a disgruntled employee.
Okay, yeah.
Fuck this company. I'm going to take some eggs and peanut butter with me on my way out.
All right.
I will say I'm not above.
No. No. Seems reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, sure. You're not getting a paycheck anymore. Might as well get enough eggs for the next 2 months.
Help the burden.
Yeah. Help ease, put some cream on that burn. So the most recent, so this has kind of been happening off and on. It's been odd. And I will say there's the office is sort of like, whatever about it. Not a lot of people know. Now, one morning I opened the fridge up. There we have a communal fridge, and then we have the personal fridge where you can put your lunch and shit in there. I open up and I see, and you're a Costco shopper.
Yes, I am.
They have a 30-pack of those individual guacamoles, holy guacamole.
I was going to say, it was a holy guamole, yes.
And I was like,
first off, it's delicious guacamole.
Oh, it
I
is.
love it.
Oddly, it doesn't seem to ever brown or get expired. I'm a little bit curious about that, but so I saw this whole complete sealed box.
I try to think about stuff like that.
The amount of chemicals. Anyway, whole sealed box 30. This is about 10 in the morning on a Tuesday.
The amount of preserves that we eat would be like the next pharaoh, fully preserved.
Just preserving from the inside out.
When we're dead, we'll be like fucking Ramses.
Yeah, he looks like he's 20. Well, he ate a lot of those packaged guacamoles. That's why. So I see this box of guacamole, and I'm like, this is great because if I go out or I bring some food from home, it will be the perfect little bit of avocado to have in addition to my meal.
Yes.
Now, you guys have internal chat, right? Like you have Slack or whatever.
Link.
Yeah,
Microsoft Link.
So it's their version of just whatever your
we
internal
also
chat.
have Zoom. Yeah.
Okay.
We have Zoom too.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually everyone uses Link.
Yeah. So you have different channels. There's like a all office, and then there'll be the marketing team or engineers will have their own. So everyone sort of gets the notification that's on that team. So it's like a little bit more live than like an email.
Yeah.
It can't be ignored, I would say. So it goes out about 3.
So when I get one of those, I usually, if I don't want to talk to them, I just hit the X. I just ignore.
Oh, I do. There's people I muted before.
Oh, yeah.
Or just blocked.
Yeah.
Around 3, a message goes out. The guacamole's taken. Someone's taken the guacamole. And I was like, the whole fucking 30-pack? They're like, gone. And it was right next to a hummus pack, a hummus box.
Oh, was the hummus taken?
No, the hummus was
untouched.
there.
Untouched. Oh, my God.
So it wasn't a Greek. Or a Turk.
Ooh, am I clipping a little bit?
You are. Where are you? Where are you? Are you this one?
Yeah.
Am I this one? I think we're good.
That's great.
Okay.
Right in the climax. Anyway, go on. Okay, there we go. Sounds good. Not clipping.
No, we're not. We're good. So it's been taken. Immediately, some people... This is in a side channel with only a couple people. People have their own, like me and you would have our own constant channel. If we had other friends in the office, we would like have our own. We're talking about football or baseball.
Okay.
So this is in a kind of sort of a side channel, and I'm like, no way. And they're like, yeah. Some people are getting worked up. This one guy in particular is getting very worked up about this. I would say unreasonably so.
Was he gonna start searching bags or something?
He's like, who would do this to everyone? And I'm like, yeah. I'm fucking with you. Who would do this?
A whole 30-pack.
And during midday. So, like the first...
That's brazen. That's brazen.
Last seen 10 a.m. I saw it personally at 10 a.m. Around 3, it's gone. So, I mean, those between 10 and 3, highest trafficked kitchen, out. It's in the fridge where the kitchen where everyone communal area.
Okay.
So, I go on this. There's a channel called Random, which you can post off work stuff. People go, they'll throw like an article about the football game or whatever on there, and it's not work related, and everyone has that understanding that it's not a work related channel.
Oh, okay.
I don't hang out on there a lot because executives tend to take notice of who spends a lot of time on the random channel and why aren't they working? Why are they like doing this, this, fucking circle jerk bullshit on this other channel?
Smart. Entrapment.
Yeah. So I go on there and I had, I was writing from the heart, and the marketing team was around my computer, or they were all feeding me what to say. And I was like, I'm going to say this, blah, 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 blah. Like, ooh, that's a little stingy. That's a little passive aggressive. So everyone's sort of punching up my sentence. And I just said, does anyone happen to know where the box of guacamole went? ? Immediately you can like put emojis on it or comments or anything. So it started getting a lot of engagement, as they say. So, everyone has their own suspects. No one's come forward.
Is there any usual suspects? I'm just kidding.
Well, so I'm doing an investigation. Now how we've done it, we didn't go to the HR team, and it's tough because what do you do? So we start sort of making a scene of it during lunch. Oh, is there any guacamole? So there's probably 20 or 30 people now out of the company that know about sort of GuacGate that we have going on. And everyone's like, oh, guacamole. And they know.
Who named it?
I don't know who did the GuacGate.
That's okay.
Wait, is this? Oh, I know why. I was turning down the wrong one.
Okay.
Wait, this is me. This is you.
Right.
There we go.
There we go.
GuacGate. I don't know who named it. Now people are saying, well, let's put a camera up. Let's get a Nest Cam.
I was going to suggest
it.
that. I was going to suggest a Nest Cam, but
I'm all for it. And it's we have a lawyer in the we actually have a legal counsel at work, and we just ran it by him real quick at lunch. Like, would it be okay? Do you have a reasonable assumption of privacy?
Oh,
and he said, no, it's a communal lunch area. There's no
true,
and everyone signed sort
workplace,
of So, okay, good to know. Here's what I wanted to do for my investigation:
a sting
operation.
Okay.
Get a new box of guacamole. Put a tile in it, one of those tile things in it.
Oh.
Then when it goes missing, hit the locate button. Someone's fucking bag's gonna start beeping like crazy, right? Or we can see where it went, and then just swarm.
I like it.
But I don't know, and we didn't really have a goal set out. Like, what do we want? Do we want the guac to be returned? I think the goal. Do we want to find the suspect? Obviously,
I think you want to find. I
want to find who it is.
And shame. Yes.
Shame. Also, just don't want it happening again.
True.
So it's been a week and a half. We've gotten.
What's their reasoning? That's what I want to know.
That's what I want to know.
You having a party? What's going on?
That's what I said. Is Cinco de Mayo in November, December? What's happening here?
True.
So
they could be a football party. They could.
Oh, that's true. So the fever pitch around the guac, the GuacGate at work has risen to a level to where I think the suspect or suspects have not struck again because there's so much awareness on it.
It's hot.
It's a hot topic. We've gotten new guacamole, and we've not had any thefts. So I have my suspects. Everyone has their own.
Do you have like a chart? Like where you have like with the rubber bands and the pins.
So
like
funny enough,
making a pyramid.
On your first day at work, like our company, we have like a Polaroid camera, and they take a picture of you. It's on a big pin. What's the corkboard? Yeah. In the thing, and I'm like, how funny would it be if we just like started doing the spider web of suspects of this, and like I would. Chipper, please come to the HR office. We need to have a chat. You can't be adjusting people's pictures with highly suspect, not really suspect.
I was about to break down a ring.
So, Cerny, I want to get your thoughts on a couple types of people that could be a suspect. Now, I have a very flimsy circumstantial case.
Okay.
But there's a group of people who work in a certain department. And they have been known. I've talked about this before. I personally have coined them the Tupperware crew.
Okay. Yes.
So we get a weekly catered lunch, and they will go through. Usually, I would say it's a little premature, a little soon. Not everyone is out of their meetings, and they'll go through and fill up a couple Tupperwares for themselves, and they have lunch for the next 3 days.
That action alone rockets them to the top of my list right now.
That's my thinking exactly. Now, some other people are along the lines of, well, who has the most mouths to feed at home?
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
Now, I will say we are in San Francisco. I would say most people probably make a very potentially livable wage. Like no one's at the offices making $25,000, like
in poverty.
I would say probably the median salary, I mean, I'm going to guess is 70 to 80, maybe 90K.
Okay.
Is like the average salary that people make. Probably don't need to be stealing guacamoles from work.
No, not a whole 32.
So my thought is it potentially is somebody, and there's other camps that think customer service or somebody a little lower on the totem pole is feeling they're not getting paid substantially, so this is their way to get back. What say you to this theory?
Now, has there been stuff missing before, right?
Yeah, the eggs, the Nutella. But and these are all boxed, these are all grab and goes. So they're all packaged up nicely. So like we also get Cliff Bars, but they're out of the pack, there's 20 of them in a little area. So they don't like grab, those stay fine. This person I've also noticed has a very savory palate.
Ooh.
Eggs, guacamole.
Nothing sweet.
Yeah, nothing sweet. So what...
I'm going to go with Tupperware Crew. I don't know about the mouths to feed. I mean, that's plausible. I mean, you'd have to leave it open. A great detective doesn't
a Sherlock,
fit,
if you will,
doesn't fit their investigation to their mind.
Oh,
they're open.
Wow,
I mean,
insightful. Yes. I don't know if I'm the proper investigator. Then I don't have the mental capacity to perform. So now there was a new bit of evidence, or a new circumstantial at best.
Hold on.
Okay.
Tupperware lid left in the fridge, but no Tupperware.
So we also when this guac went missing, I was like, first of all, search. It's not possible unless someone like said, "Hey, I got 10 bags of tortilla chips and tequila shots," then I could say, okay, I could see why 30 packs of guac would be used up.
Yeah.
We looked in all garbage cans. There's no lids, nothing. The cardboard wasn't in the recycling, anything. It's poof, just into thin air, like Kaiser Soze. And so last week our building had a tenant appreciation.
Well,
so they had mini quiches, pastry, orange juice, and stuff downstairs. So when you walk in the building, cool, there's a plate. They do this like once a quarter or twice a year or something. And they're like, okay, here's some quiche, put it on there. And you go up. Cool. Now this person pops on the chat. Hey, everyone. I got a bunch of pastry from downstairs, the leftovers, and it's now on our floor. Interesting. Is that? And I walk over to the area. There's about 5 like Chinette paper plates, just loaded with fucking bear claws and cheese Danish.
Oh,
interesting. Have a taste for mass quantities of food being lifted from areas of the building. Do you, sir?
Like
ma'am?
like a murderer.
Yes.
Bloodthirst.
So, do you think that type of behavior is relates them to potential? Does that make them a higher suspect in your eyes of the guac thief?
Yes. So now when they sent this chat out, was it not meant for? Did they make a mistake?
No. This was sort of like, hey guys, look what I did for everyone. Like I brought all this food up. Everyone can enjoy it.
Oh, so he's like Robin Hood.
He's trying to be a fucking pastry hood or something. So Cerny has some.
These are 15 types of evidence if you're trying to bust somebody.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Number 1 is analogical evidence. Using court, kind of evidence can be used.
Are we in over our heads with some of these words?
Yeah. Anecdotal evidence, character evidence, which
so
character evidence is what
this is what we're using now.
So this is a testimonial document that helps prove that someone acted
Mm-hmm.
in a particular way based on the person's character.
So the
Tupperware
character
crew.
evidence is the Tupperware crew, I would say.
Tupperware crew. Circumstantial evidence, which is also...
So this is what we would use to say, okay, Cerny, you weren't in the office on Tuesday, so there's no way you could have stolen it.
Yeah.
Or you had people saw you in the lunchroom
Hovering
between
around,
these hours. Yes.
You were in there. The average time if someone's in the break room is about 5 minutes. You were hovering around for about 25 minutes waiting for people to clear. So,
or
Pin.
Yes, circumstantial. Or you were saying, hey, this weekend I'm having a huge Mexican food party and margarita night.
Yeah, that would.
So
guilty.
Throw the book at him.
Demonstrative evidence. An object or document is considered to be demonstrative evidence when it directly demonstrates a fact. It's a common and relatable kind of evidence. Examples of this kind of evidence are photographs, video, audio recording.
If we got the Nest Cam, it would be... Now, for the Nest Cam, I was saying we have one that's overtly obvious, like on the fridge, and it's like, right there. Then...
You have a retinal scan.
Then you have the couple. This is like at least a 3-camera deal because you need the other ones different vantage points.
Oh,
because they'll take their cap off and they'll like put it up in front, but they don't know about the fucking hidden one behind them that saw them do it.
Two-way mirror. Digital evidence.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say they bragged on. I swiped some shit.
Oh, so we should get access to their Facebook pages.
Exactly.
Okay.
Emails, text messages, instant messages, all that shit.
Yeah.
Direct evidence. Probably caught red-handed, I assume. This evidence alone is proof.
We don't have any direct evidence of the guac thief.
Documentary evidence. Most commonly considered to be written forms of proof, such as letters or wills.
Now, here's another anti-GuacGate measure that we thought, in the AM/PM bathrooms.
Yeah.
It's like September 4th at 2:30, and then you write, Chipper, he fucking cleaned the toilets. What did you go? You went to the fridge, time, date, what you took. Start logging it.
Oh, logging.
Then we can, piece it together.
There you go.
Potentially. Obviously, they're not going to log anything. So we go through who is not into logging, but we've seen them. So putting together a circumstantial case.
Where was I at? So was this exculpatory evidence?
Oh.
This type of evidence can exonerate a defendant in a usually criminal case. Prosecutors and police are required to disclose to the defendant any exculpatory evidence they find or risk having the case dismissed.
This is what happened to Steve Avery.
There you go.
Making a murderer.
Forensic evidence. We all know what that is. Start dusting for fucking fingerprints.
Could you imagine? That would be... Actually... Come in. Chipper, what do you do? Put the blood like luminol on there. Shine a light over it.
Black light.
Would you mind opening it up? Just swab the cheek. Thank you very much. I'll be sending this off to the lab.
You'll be here.
Like I send a expense report. What's $12,000? I had some lab work processed for the GuacGate situation. I'm trying to get it resolved. Chipper, the guacamole costs $12. Just let it go. This will not.
Justice has no price. Hearsay evidence.
That's the best kind.
Oh yeah.
This is what we're speculating about. Hearsay. I love it.
I heard the Tupperware crew was all over this.
Oh, actually, Tuesday was it? Cerny's bag looked bulging.
Physical evidence. Physical evidence is in the form of tangible object, such as a firearm, fingerprint, rope, that you use to strangle somebody. What they
was this like fucking Clue?
Yeah.
The candlestick in the library.
prima facie evidence or facie,
on
meaning
first appearance.
So you probably stumble upon it, looks like, and the evidence presented before the trial is enough to prove something until so it's like so it's kind of like we have a little bit to go to trial, but we don't have enough to
okay. So not the strongest case.
No, and then we have statistical evidence and testimonial evidence. So statistical is numbers. I don't know.
So my case.
So we had one box. So my stats are we had one box of
no, we have zero.
No, we have zero.
Now, Cerny, let me ask you. Let's say I have my suspects, and we get the GuacGate person. What would you say is a good punishment? Now, mind you, the monetary value on the guacamole is very little, sub $20.
But it's ethical.
I might say. Well, sorry, I'll let you ask. I don't know. Sorry.
Well, let's hear what you got to say first. I don't know how it.
I might say, if they're willing to do this, what else are they doing against the company?
Yeah. The slippery slope kind of a thing.
It's not like, oh, this is the first time they've done this. It's the first time you've caught them, as I learned from Ozark. And so, the eggs, this, guac, if they're willing to do this type of stuff, what if they had access to the books or, intellectual property or files or something at work?
I've seen Office Space. Every
That's
transaction
true.
they round the fragment of the pennies, and all of a sudden you have a healthy bank account.
Do you think this person should be fired?
I don't know.
That is.
I mean, I think it is technically grounds to terminate because you're stealing from the company. I hate to say it, but I think you'd have to
stern warning.
You'd have to assess it off of what type. If they were good, then I would maybe
merit based.
Yeah, because
so if they're we want to fire them, but they just haven't been shitty enough.
And here's the gate. They gave it to you.
They gave it fucking on a tee.
Yep.
Wow, I never thought about that. That's my thing. I just want to know why, and if they go, so and so company doesn't pay me good enough, and I'm just trying to get back at them, I'd be like, okay. I accept. I accept your guacamole theft. But I don't know. Now, there is some suspect, the cleaning person that we have.
That's what I was going to ask.
So we do.
Because we have, in our office, we've had theft, and it was the cleaning person. They're
always the first.
But they come in.
And in the cover of darkness.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So,
and usually, I think a lot of people are a little scared right now to sort of mention that as a suspect. One, because traditionally, sometimes they're minorities,
and
they're lower income.
And this is something that did happen. Something was stolen.
Yeah,
and it was a
we're
gonna name his name, but it was. English is obviously a second language.
Okay.
So
yeah,
he was kind of busted, but he really wasn't because it was the way it went down. I really can't say it because it's open right now. But it was I see what you mean. But
was
it
it
like
somebody's wallet or a phone or something, or was it
checks?
That's okay.
But it wasn't like a checkbook. It was in the middle of the checkbook, taking checks out. So that the person wouldn't notice, obviously.
That to me that's a lot of intent to do something naughty.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. Well, I don't want to have you divulge any more, Cerny. Now, I will say the case against the cleaning person at our work, I come into work sometimes at insanely early hours for our company to go running. Like, I'll come in my running clothes, and it'll be 6:30 in the morning. And I'll go put my backpack down at my desk because we have showers at work. So I'll have all my clothes in there.
Sweet.
And I'll be like, I'm going to take a piss before I go meet my friend. It's like 6:45 in the morning.
Okay.
And the cleaning person's there. And a couple times I try to be, the lights are off and everything. I try to be really noisy.
Yeah.
So
I'm here.
hello, I'm not you're not the only one here anymore, sort of thing.
Don't mace me.
And I've come upon this person, and they clearly were like they covered up. They were doing something they weren't supposed to, and I kind of was like, "Oh, hi, I'm not,
no judgment,
no judgment." And
put your dick away, no judgment.
Yeah. So now we have leftover food from Wednesday's lunch or whatever. So if they're taking an extra fucking chicken for themselves, I couldn't give a fuck about that. Like, go for it. That's fine. I don't know, but that's also that's also maybe are they coming up during lunch and doing this whole thing? And I don't know.
Do they work in the middle of the day too?
I've seen them come around sometimes.
Oh, okay.
But like, what are they gonna do? Take that whole thing and like drop it in their big garbage bag and like walk out?
No,
I've
seen them smuggle guns in every movie.
That's true.
So it could be they put it in the trash can.
Oh, they dress up as the janitorial.
Reverse,
yeah.
Reverse.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Oh, maybe the Tupperware crew dresses as the janitor. One of the
prosthetic nose and that. It's like a big
job
like Miss Doubtfire of sorts.
For $12 guacamole.
Well, do you any Cerny, where do you think I should focus my investigation next? Or should I just let it be? It's still around work, it's sort of the joke.
So how fresh is this? And how
about 2 weeks.
Okay, 2 weeks. And how widely spread?
I would say there's probably a third of the company is aware of the GuacGate.
So there is a high chance, or at least a 33% chance that person, the offender, might get wind.
That there's an investigation?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
So I would keep I want maybe if something else goes missing,
turn up the heat,
and then maybe do a sting.
Could you imagine if you had stolen something and it's in your backpack, because most people kind of commute. It's not, like I'm sure at your job you drive your car, and if you want to go drive off to lunch, you get back in your car and you leave.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a possibility in San Francisco, really, unless you live near work and you're walking. So the stolen object is in your bag.
Oh,
could you imagine that it starts beep, 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 and people, you just... What would you...
They may leave and never come back.
Oh, they would be more...
That's a shame.
And you know what happens on the news a day later? Bearded man shot at work. Fucking came in and, went postal on it.
Over guacamole.
Yeah, over guacamole. Well,
the guacamole brought him too much shame.
Much like the mattress situation, I foresee the GuacGate really being a Chip and Sir Show staple coming up here.
One of our many crutches.
Now, I'm sure everyone has their office, office woes. Cerny has his fair share of his.
I do.
We would love to hear yours. Cerny, where would they send those to?
You can send us a tweet. You can DM us, Facebook. You can even email us. Anything Chip and Cern Show.
Yep.
The email is chipandcernshow@gmail.com. Go to our website, Chip and Cern Show. If you want to, while you're there, you want to buy something, /shop.
Black Friday. So, Cerny, get a hat for yourself. Oh, here we go.
It's right here.
So, if you're on the 360 cam,
Boom.
there's a Chip and Cern Show hat.
It's brand new.
I don't know what this runs you. What do we have it for? $15-20 maybe?
Black Friday sale.
Black Friday. So we have the 360 cam. Now, I will apologize. This is all 100% Chip's fault. I've been extremely busy, and the 360 videos are the last thing that gets done on the podcast
as of late,
schedule.
It was like about 20 minutes of show before you would just...
Yeah, and it's fucking cutting off, and it's like, and then I look on, 6 people have watched it. I'm like, okay, I guess, is this really worth me doing 3 hours of work at night when I'm trying to build this fucking table? That's a whole nother podcast. But anyway, I will attempt to start pitting the shows back up. We do still have YouTube audio-only programs on there. So if you listen there or on iTunes... throw a rating on there.
Making Murder is our biggest.
Still. Oh, well, that's just because we were kicking the hornet's nest. But, what are you going to do? Trolling. Anyway, until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
Cheers.